Hi, this is Malika of Evanston Live TV, and we are here at the corner of Greenbay Road and Emerson. I have Sarah here. Sarah's an ETHS student, and she's got a passion for journalism, and she's gonna have a show right here on Evanston Live TV starting this month. So you all get prepared to get that young perspective on what's happening in Evanston. She's brilliant, trained ballet dancer. She's traveled Asia. I mean, she's just a worldly young lady, and I'm so proud of her and so happy to have her aboard the Evanston Live TV team. So she's tagging along with me today. We have an amazing artist before us this evening. If you've driven by Greenbay Road and Emerson and you've seen this sculpture piece and wondered, what is that? That looks kind of cool. Well, you're about to hear from Australian artists. Flew all the way here from Australia to put in this beautiful sculpting piece right here at Emerson and Greenbay. Warren Langley. Am I saying that correctly? Yes, Warren Langley. And I've had the opportunity to meet him on a couple of occasions. We've had dinner twice. He's just a fascinating man, and he's going to tell you what this piece is all about. It's beautiful, and if you drive around here at night, you're going to be like, wow. And then I believe they're going to be painting murals over here as well that's really going to make it pop. So let's turn this around. Warren. Hi, Warren.
Hi, Malika.
Thank you so much for your time this evening with Evanston Live TV.
My pleasure.
All right, so you came a long way. A long way.
And it was all uphill.
It was all uphill.
Yeah.
So what took for all this to happen? What, like Sarah said, what brought you here?
Originally, it was a competition to create a public art piece for this particular location. And we were fortunate enough by some people on the arts committee here who got in touch and said, would you like to throw in a pitch?
I'm sorry. We got some Evanston Live TV fans screaming from their cars, so I apologize. Go ahead.
So it was a competition, and I got lucky. We won the competition, and so the idea was just to activate this space because it's a particularly dreary railway underpass thing. But more importantly, public art has to have some sort of meaning. It can't be just a pretty object, and this is the intersection of three neighbourhoods, and so the work is called Stitch, and visually it's just a great big stitch that is metaphorically stitching the three neighbourhoods together. So that's sort of what it's about. But above and beyond that, it's just about creating something that's visually uplifting, so that whenever you drive past now or in 10 years' time, you always get a bit of an uplift because it's that bright, happy, playful thing. It isn't a guy on a horse, you know.
Yes.
So another question I have, what is the significance behind the colors of this sculpture, if any?
There was no real significance other than I wanted it to be really bright. I wanted a really bright thing to activate this really drab underpass. But also because I wanted to work with this yellow, it was important. We've got a red light that washes the upper surface, and then there's a golden light that washes underneath. And those two coloured lights really sort of work on the yellow of the structure. And it changes according to the surrounding light. So as the light level drops, as the evening approaches, it really starts to lift up that illumination factor.
Yes, it looks so beautiful at night. I've driven by here. I live near here, and I've driven by it a few times, and I'm like, wow, it's really beautiful at night.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I always think about with public art is it's not so much about what it is, it's about what it does.
What it does.
And that's what's important to me. And like I say, when I say it's meant to be just uplifting, it's meant to make you feel good when you go past, because it's a nice, big, bold thing. That's the importance of it. And I think it's important that, you know, cities like Evanston have these things, because it's an expression of, it's sort of like saying we're a confident, forward, progressive city, and we're confident in ourselves, and we're going forward, and we can have these things in our neighbourhoods. And I mean, for 2,000 years, the major cities of the world always had big public artworks in them, and it's important that we keep that happening because it's an expression of optimism, I think. It's about, you know, that feeling of, hey, we're a strong, proud culture. We can have this sort of stuff. We can have ballets, we can have operas, we can have music, we can have theatre. It's so important to a city and its culture to have these things.
So, you know, here in Evanston, you know, we're pretty boisterous about things. So I know that you've heard, you know, gotten a little heat here and there about the money that was spent on this piece. What's your response to that?
The funny thing is that every time, and it happened while I was here, it always happens that someone will come across and say, is this my tax dollars, right? But Evanston's got 75,000 people, and if this is going to be here for 20 to 25 years or more maybe, that is less than 5 cents a year per person every year. And I'm thinking, you know, if I'm a taxpayer, would I rather spend 5 cents a year and have something like this, or would I rather have a big, dark, dingy underpass? You know, to me it's a bit of a no-brainer, but people will always make that comment because they're trying to equate it with, you know, hospital beds or schools or something, and it doesn't come from those sorts of budgets. It comes from something entirely different. And like I say, if you spread it out over 25 years, it really is. It's not big money for these things, you know.
If given the opportunity, is there any other public art that you would like to add to Evanston? Any ideas, possibly?
I haven't really thought much about that at this stage.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm saying thank you for you.
He didn't even ask about the tax dollars. He just said thank you. It's interesting. A number of people have come up and said, wow, this is what we need. I mean, it's just strangers off the street saying, wow, I'm so glad we've got this here. You know, so at least somebody likes it.
Yes.
But as far as other places in the city, I don't think I've been around enough to know too much about it. But there's lots of situations, I guess, like this where you just need it to be activated a little bit. Just needs a lift, you know, to take it to another level.
Right, and another question, where did you get your start? I mean, obviously you come to this magnificent piece of work, but where did you get your start in architecture?
I've been doing public art for a long while, and I'm interested in the way it can activate spaces. And so that's the appeal to me, is to be able to come into situations like this that are maybe really unpleasant. I did a big one in my home city of Sydney a few years back, and it was not unlike this situation, and I think that's how the people on the Arts Committee here found out about me. It was a similar underpass, and it was a really horrible location. And people would avoid walking through there even though it went through to the central business district. And once we put the artwork in there, everyone started to use it as their route into the city, their pedestrian route, because it wasn't intimidating anymore. The whole psychology of the place had changed, you know. So it has a role to play. That's what I said earlier about, I think public art is just as much about what it does as what it is. And I think that's a really good example of that.
Well, thank you so much, Warren. Thank you. And what's next for you? You're heading back to Australia soon, right?
I head back on Thursday.
You gonna miss
and it's
everybody?
downhill going back.
It's downhill going back. Well, it was nice having you here.
Nice to see you.
Enjoyed the dinners, and you know, looking forward to seeing more work from Warren Langley. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna get just a shot for everybody so they could see this beautiful piece. I love it at night. It's gorgeous. Where you at, Sarah?
Oh, sorry.
All right, so we're going to end this. This is Evanston Live TV. This has been Malika and
Sarah.
And next time you guys are over here at Heckey's, come on by and take a look at the sculpture. Yes, it's beautiful, especially at night. It's lovely. So you guys have a great evening and stay tuned for more with Evanston Live TV, and I can't wait for you all to check out Sarah's show coming up this month, getting that young perspective. Yes, we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Good night, everyone.